Well, hey everyone, it's Marcus and welcome to more Zooming in the Jungle Room. Today I'm talking to a favorite actor of mine. He is, of course, Benji Riggs. Benji, how are you today?
I'm so well, thank you. How are you, Marcus?
Good, thank you. And I'm not even lying when I say that, obviously the last time I saw you was performing I always need to check this because I always get the name wrong, but The Curious Incident of the Dog at Nighttime, an incredible play where you played the lead role. And we were just saying before we went on record that, of course, it's been nominated for the show is, or the director, Nick Fagan, the show has been nominated for Adelaide's Critic Award, which I wish you all the best for winning. Like, seriously, it deserves it.
Thank you so much. We're up against, some other players that, absolutely deserve to be there. And just to be there, just to have the nomination is a real privilege and we're all so happy about it.
We truly do have some amazing talent in Adelaide in the arts and entertainment industry, whether it be the people that are on stage, whether it people be off the stage, whatever. But we've got some amazing talent. Um, you know. So, anyways, speaking of talent, let's take it back to you because you are about to bring out a brand new show. It's called Book Nooks, a Christmas musical. That's what we're going to be chatting about today. It's playing at the Burnside Ballroom from Wednesday, the 18th of December, which is just less than a month away, right through until Saturday, the 21st of December. Please, let's talk about it. What's the show all about?
Absolutely. So Book Nooks is about, at its heart, it's about the relationship between this young kid, Jack, and his grandpa. It's his first, when the show starts, it's basically, we find out it's the first Christmas that Jack's having without his grandpa. So his grandpa sort of has passed away, and essentially it's about him dealing with his grief as, as a child can, well, through some difficulty and whatnot, and he doesn't want to celebrate Christmas. He doesn't want the decorations. He doesn't want the celebration or anything like that. And he finds himself one evening inside his grandpa's old bookshelf, inside the books themselves, inside Book Nooks, where
Yeah.
the name comes from. And he meets these amiable little creatures called grunkles. And grunkles are these the makers of Christmas sweets. And he spends an evening in these books on Christmas Eve, and through he builds friendships and they help him sort of overcome his grief and find joy again in Christmas, in his family, and in his own heart, and in the goodness that his relationship with his grandpa gave him, through his life up to that point. And finding the good in that rather than sort of, I guess, focusing on the just the sorrow. And so he finds his joy again, and he goes back home ready for Christmas morning.
Now, of course, you wrote this as well. Um,
Yes, yes.
Congratulations. Was it any part of the story based on your own experiences?
Yeah, absolutely. So the show is somewhat based on my relationship with my grandpa. So he lived in the UK, and so we only got to see him, of course, when we visited, or when he visited us here in Australia, and he was the character. He was whimsical. He was witty and funny and soft and kind and caring, and always had a joke or a story or a poem, or just stories to tell. And when we did visit him, I used to stay, the spare room that I stay in, my sister and me would stay in, would be full of books, and I'd sleep next to a bookshelf. And so I guess that's where the heart of the story came from, and although it's not entirely um, a one-for-one representation of my grandpa and myself, but there is definitely a great deal of inspiration that I've taken from him, and the stories that he would love to listen to and to tell.
Beautiful. Now, of course, the Flying Elephant Company are behind it. Drop some names for me. Who else is involved? Who are some of the actors? The director?
Yep. So we've got Nemanja Ilic, who was recently he was young Elvis in Elvis, as well as young Harrison. He was also he was the double. He's in as well. But Nem is playing Jack Barker, the leading young role.
Yep.
Um, and he's an exceptional young kid. He's got so much energy and life. Even though he's quite young and he's quite unassuming with his size and his stature, but he fills a stage with light and laughter. It's great.
Cool. I love it.
Yeah.
And are you actually in it as well?
I'm not. No, I taking a step back. I was just focusing on the writing and the production and the orchestration, and there's a lot of other things to sort of to handle. So I've let the reins go a little bit with the acting side of things, with performance, and just trusting this incredible cast of young performers to or to deliver what is looking to be a really special performance.
How wonderful. And of course, the Burnside Ballroom is a great venue. Acoustically, it's stunning. It's wonderful to,
Mm.
experience the show in there. Um, so like when you're putting a show like this together, did you do all the casting for it yourself?
So the casting was handled by Adelaide Theatre,
Okay. Yep.
or through them.
Yep.
So I have a close relationship with them because my mom is one of the co-producers of AYT, and they get a huge amount of talented kids through every season, and so I got to sort of handpick from from those sort of previous casts of those productions and whatnot. But yeah, AYT handled the casting.
It truly does sound like an amazing story. And I read the media release yesterday. It sounds just incredible and very inspiring as well, like you were saying. Do you in your wildest imagine in your wildest dreams, would you like to see it even go further than just a stage play? Like maybe a book, maybe a children's book, maybe even a TV show even?
Well, that's a great question because I think all my stories, I like to they sort of come together in my mind as stories, as a not just a stage musical, but as books, as film. Like, oh, this could be this could be great if we were to do a film. This is what it would look like. If we were to do a kid's book, a picture book, then this is what it would look like in this way. And I guess that's the beauty of writing something new. You get to explore it in kind of all these kind of possible realms in your imagination, and because each format has its different limitations and different things that work well for it, and you get to sort of play within those as well. But it's picture books is actually something that Flying Elephant Company will be diving into next year with another original production. So it's definitely I think all the stories are lend themselves to multiple formats.
Good things ahead.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you love about Christmas?
Family coming together. I think the joy. There's just something. There's some this innate warmth, isn't there? That is just in the decorations and the music and the atmosphere that just fills you with just I can't wait. Even though it's the end of the year, and what it means is new things ahead, of course. But you get to look back and appreciate everyone who's in your life and what they've done for you and it's just yeah, I don't know. It's just there's so much joy in that, I think.
And look, it's essentially Mariah Carey season, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, so going forward into 2025, is there some more acting work for you coming along? Can you see anything
Um,
there?
so in discussion at the moment, but nothing cemented, nothing to be announced thus far.
Yep.
There are more shows going on. Big year. Lots of things are in the planning stages at the moment, including I said this picture book,
Yep.
and a possible we'd like to make Book Nooks an annual tradition
Yeah.
here in Adelaide because this is where it's going to be born, and hopefully beyond as well.
I love it, and I wish you all the best for it. I'm going to come along. I'm definitely going to come along. I'm going to bring
Amazing.
along one of my favorite children. I'm an uncle to bloody thousands, I feel like. So I'm going to bring along
Terrific.
a child and have a, and I'll, you know what? I'll even get my little friend to do a review for you as well. That'll be cool. Instead of me doing reviews, I'll get her
Absolutely.
to do a review. Nothing comes
Yeah,
better, truer words than a 6-year-old telling their point of view, right?
that's
Whew.
quite right. They're the most honest. critics there are.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so like we said, everybody, book Nooks, A Christmas Musical is playing from the 18th of December right through to the 21st of December at Burnside Ballroom. So get your tickets, give a ticket for a gift, whatever, but get along and support incredible South Australian talent. Benji Riggs, what an absolute pleasure chatting with you. And
Good,
I'll
Marcus.
see you at the show.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Woo. Thanks, my friends. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you.